What's going on, YouTube? This is Drano's back at it again, bringing you another video. So back at it, I know it's been a little bit of time since I've done one of these type of like sit down discussion videos on this channel. I know I've been mainly focusing on gameplay, but just wanted to, just keep, mixing things up, especially now, at least for me anyways, for club series. I was trying to qualify for that. Unfortunately, I just didn't have it in me for the final week. I'll be honest, I played pretty bad down the stretch. I'm a little disappointed in myself, but that's neither here nor there. I definitely tried to give it my best effort. It just came up a little bit short this year. But you know what? No reason to dwell on that. I know obviously I wanted to make it, don't get me wrong. But now I can get back to just going back and just producing a lot of good content for you guys, whether it be like gameplays through the Madden Underground Pro League, and then videos such as this where more of like a sit-down conversation video where just me sitting here in front of the camera just talking to you guys. So hopefully everyone's doing well. So today I'm recording this Sunday night. I'm assuming what's going to end up happening is that this promo right here is going to drop this week, and maybe as soon as tomorrow morning, we'll see. But obviously it's the most feared promo for Madden 21. Obviously one of the biggest, I would say, most hyped promos of the year for obvious reasons, just because there's always so many good cards that drop during that time. And just looking back through last year, just looking through here on the Madden website, we got Ray Lewis here, who was the master. Wouldn't surprise me if he was a master again, but I'll be honest with you, with how Madden 21 plays and how guys mainly just use safeties at linebacker, I don't feel like another middle linebacker would make sense, especially considering that Patrick Willis just dropped in the 50 promo. So I don't think it's going to be Ray Lewis, but again, I'm not going to be surprised if that is the case. And then just looking at some of the cards that they had last year, they had Cam Newton, which that would be actually kind of glitchy. Tyler Lockett, well, of course, I'm biased because I'm a Seahawks fan, so it was cool to see that. And then Earl Thomas, which I'm a little indecisive about that, especially him being a former Seahawk. But I know in previous years they've actually done it a little bit differently, where they do based off of like a specific skill, like strength, speed, and then whatever the case may be. So I really hope it's not like one of those promos where it's just going to be a ton of collectibles. I'll be honest, I feel like that just waters it down and it just makes it just too much to keep up with. I enjoyed it, back, and it's funny because for me, my first MUT was 15, and I got into MUT right around this time with the most feared promo, and I haven't looked back ever since. So, I'm excited for this promo, but it'll be interesting to see what kind of happens. I want to say usually they do it 2 weeks before, so I know they're kind of running behind schedule in terms of when they usually release a promo, but I'm not going to get too crazy about it. So let's go ahead. I actually did make a little list here as far as who I think, as far as current players that could warrant an upgrade in the promo, and then also take a look at some of the guys that are legends that could be in the promo as well. Alright guys, so taking a look at the first player that I think has a pretty good chance of getting an upgrade throughout this promo is obviously Aaron Donald from the LA Rams. I think it's long overdue, to be honest with you, just because right now Aaron Donald cards, in my opinion, because he doesn't get, I don't think he gets edge threat, and I don't think he gets any of the really good D-line chems. In my opinion, I just don't think Aaron Donald's usable. I mean, he'll still play well. I remember whenever I first had him on my team at the beginning of the year, he played well, but like with, new cards dropping every week, I found myself kind of gravitating towards those other cards because they're faster, stronger, shedded better, and they, like I said, they got the edge threat ability. So that, and the fact that, a lot of people use linebacker, right, or outside linebackers at end anyways. So it'd be cool to see an Aaron Donald most feared card. I think that is a good possibility. Next card that I could see getting an upgrade is also DeAndre Hopkins from the Arizona Cardinals, who is having a really, really good year so far. I think he's actually leading the NFL in receiving, so it'd be good to see him, get an upgrade. I know for him, it's long overdue as well. You could have made an argument that he might have warranted maybe a potential Team of the Week upgrade, but I think he's another potential one. And I know previously DeAndre Hopkins back, I think in like 2016, maybe 15 or 16. I'm not exactly sure when specifically. I know it was a while back. He had a most feared card, so it would only make sense for DeAndre Hopkins to get one. Another card that I feel like is long overdue for an upgrade, Tyreek Hill. I could see him if they decide to go of the lane where they go more towards like the different types of like, speed, strength, things like that. I think Tyreek Hill would be probably the top dog for the speed category, if that's what you want to call it. It's just right now with guys getting, the route running and then also all these abilities. I just feel like it's kind of put Tyreek towards the back of the line, to be honest, with receivers dropping every single week, it seems like. So I think, with this promo, it's going to just shoot him back up to the very top, especially because, he's going to be the fastest receiver in the game once he drops, once he gets an updated card. I think that's just inevitable at this point. So I think Tyreek Hill, he warrants an upgrade as well. And I'd like to see it just for my team's sake, because I actually still have him. I decided not to sell him. I decided to hold on to him, even though he doesn't really see my field too often, just because the moment that his new cards drop, the value of those cards are going to shoot up again because of that. So Tyreek Hill, another good one. Another player that is just balling this year, Derrick Henry, who actually went off against the Texans today too, had like a 90-plus yard touchdown run. Like, it's crazy how big, it's crazy how big Derrick Henry is, yet, he's able to run away past defenders. It's just, like, he's able to just, like, have that breakaway speed. Man, all I know is just imagine, like, Derrick Henry with, like, 99 truck and, like, 99 speed for, like, a golden ticket card. That would just be, like, so OP. Thank God this isn't Madden 20, although some could argue that this is heading towards Madden 20, but that'll be for another video. But again, Derrick Henry, I think he warrants an upgrade as well. One of the top, if not the top dog in terms of running backs in the league. So, all I know is that's going to be crazy. And also, for those who don't know, I know usually, and I'm not sure if they've done it in years past, because I haven't really, like, usually around this time of the year is when I used to kind of fall off on Madden. But now, obviously with content creation, I'm not able to do that. So, I'm kind of curious, like, do they still do where, like, once Halloween weekend drops, that they morph into like 6'8" or 6'9" players with like 99 speed? Y'all drop a comment down below, because it's been a while since I've played, MUT this far in advance. So, we'll see. If that happens, 100% stand off the game. Can you imagine Weekend League playing with freaking 6'8", 6'9" Derrick Henry? Like, that'd just be so AIDS. Like, bro, like, no way, no shot. So, another player who I think deserves an upgrade as well, similar to Aaron Donald, it would be Khalil Mack. I know he did get the Team of the Week token or whatever, where it gave him like +1s, but like that, in my opinion, that wasn't significant enough to really make a difference. I think him getting another upgraded card, get him to like 90 overall, give him edge threat, give him some of like the really useful D lineman chems, that would be really, really nice. So D lineman ability, excuse me, would be really, really nice. So I think Khalil Mack, and I think previously, actually in the very first MUT that I played in, I think he had a most feared card, which was one of my favorite cards. But I'll go over my all-time favorite here momentarily. But again, Khalil Mack, another good candidate for a card. Obviously, this is biased for me. I feel like this guy is way, way, way long overdue for an upgrade. Russell Wilson, quarterback from my Seattle Seahawks. Similar to Khalil Mack, they give him a Team of the Week upgrade, a +1. But whenever you're playing at the MVP type level that he's playing at, you need to have bare minimum at least a 90 card at this point, in my opinion. It wouldn't surprise me if he ended up being the master, similar to like how Cam Newton was, or not a master, but like one of the set cards that goes into the master set for a quarterback. That would be nice to see. But I don't know. I feel like I'm probably going to be let down. I don't know what it is about EA and them hating on Russ. They just always do. And even when he gets a good card, for whatever reason, it doesn't play. It's very underwhelming. So whatever. It is what it is. Russ still my guy. So let Russ cook, right? So Next card we got, this is another kind of personal favorite for me, Harrison Smith. I feel like he's someone that doesn't really get talked about in Madden or MUT too much. Only reason why I say that specifically is because last year in a CFM I had the Vikings, and Harrison Smith absolutely just balled for me. So I think you could see him getting a card. It would be nice to see some different names as opposed to the usual, like, you know, like you've been thinking of legends like Sean Taylor, Brian Dawkins, whatever, like at safeties. Like we see those guys every year. I'd like to, you know, see them mix it up. Maybe give Harrison Smith a good card with some decent speed at least, because I don't know too many people outside of a Vikings team that are running this card. So we'll see. Just, you know, just thinking out loud, you know, some new names that, you know, kind of freshen things up. Another, you know, new name that I, you know, could potentially see is Marshawn Lattimore as well. You know, probably get a significant bump up in speed, maybe get him like 90 plus speed, increase his coverage stats. That would be a really glitchy card. Although, man, at the rate that they're dropping cornerbacks right now, like I can understand why people are wanting to run the ball. It is so hard to try to pass in this game right now. So, and then, you know, as soon as I say that, we've got another cornerback. We've got Patrick Peterson from the Arizona Cardinals, which, again, back, I think in 15, he actually had a most feared card as well. That was unbelievable, man. It was such a good card. I had him in my lineup forever, and he was really good. So that was back in the day, back in Madden, where you could actually run like a budget squad. I think he was only like a 90, but he still played well for most of the year. So again, just another throwback card. Coming down to the last couple cards that I feel like could, you know, get an upgrade or get a most feared card. Got Keanu Neal, Atlanta Falcons. I believe last year he had a most feared card in that he was actually one of the set cards. So just because obviously he's a big hitter, he can, you know, play well, you know, in that, you know, the meta defense where he can play linebacker. I could definitely see him getting a card potentially, especially since he's only like an 81 now. He could definitely get a nice bump. And then the last current player that I feel like could get an upgrade could be Ndamukong Suh. I know he's been kind of a staple in the NFL now for a while, obviously. Notoriously, you know, has been one of the most feared players just for, you know, how he plays. But, you know, I know in previous years, I think in 17, I know he was in the most feared promo, and I could be wrong. He might have been in some other most feared. So he's another guy that, you know, I could see him being in the most feared promo this year. All right, guys, so just to go ahead, wrap up the video, here's 3 legends that I would like to see in the most feared program this year. Obviously, number 1, first and foremost, got to go with Randy Moss. I think he's long overdue as well, especially like I mentioned earlier, dude. The amount of corners that they're dropping with these insane stats, we need wide receivers that could take the top off of defense and really, you know, go get it and help us out on offense. And what better way than to have quite possibly the most dominant receiver of all time in Randy Moss. I would love to see this card, and man, that's going to be an expensive card to try to get on the squad. Might have to do a pack opening, even though, like, for me, it doesn't make sense to do that because, you know, there's really nothing to play for at this point in the year. But, you know, I want to keep my team stacked in MUT, so why not? We'll take a look. A lot of it just depends on who else is dropping, and obviously if I'm able to get like some decent value, you know, in those bundles. But, you know, who knows? So that's the first guy I'd like to see. If not Randy Moss, then gotta go with Calvin Johnson. He's another guy that I would love to see in the most feared promo as well. Imagine if they drop both of them. That would be crazy if they drop both of them at the same time. I think it's unlikely though. I could see them dropping Calvin either in this promo or in Thanksgiving, because obviously, you know, the Lions, they play on Thanksgiving every year, so I could see them doing something like that. And it's kind of interesting just seeing this article because it was actually on the EA website. So just looking back at some of the other throwbacks, Anthony Barr would be nice. I don't know why Jared Goff got a most feared card. Derrick Henry, like I mentioned earlier. Derwin James would be cool, but I know he just got a rising star not too long ago, so that wouldn't make sense. So, yeah, Calvin would be really, really glitchy this year. Like I said, just same reason as Moss, honestly. Now, imagine, like I said, having those two guys on the same side, on the same field. That would be insane. And then for me, the guy that I want to see the most in the most feared promo, gotta be my guy. Again, bias as a Seahawks fan. gotta go with my boy Cam Chancellor. Shout out to the guy who made this custom card. His name is the Bears 57. I had to look. This is posted. This is from a while ago, but still, like, we gotta have Cam Chancellor back in Madden this year, fellas. Like, he is the definition of what safety is in the box, and you know, he would be probably the best player that you could use at the linebacker position. That's just how good he's played, whether it be in real life or in Madden. I think Cam Chancellor, bar none, has to come out in the Most Feared promo. So, with that being said, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. Let me know what you guys think. Did you guys agree with some of the predictions that I made? Was there anyone that you feel like I left out? Let me know. Comment down below. If you guys did enjoy this type of content, I'd appreciate you guys hitting that like button. And if you guys are looking forward to more content such as this, where I, more conversational videos or gameplays, of course, consider subscribing to the channel. And until the next one, guys, this is Dre Knows, and we're signing out. Peace.